Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And yes, I am back, still moving into my digs in Florida, but so glad to be here with all of you. And I know Fat Steve's been doing an awesome job since I've been out, so thanks so much to him. So with that said, let me bring up my cool co-host. How you doing?
I'm sorry, I didn't usually hear my name. An awesome job in the same sentence. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I started cracking laughing. I don't know why. I was like, compliment. That doesn't sound real.
Well,
I'm kidding. It's all like most people like it's compliments are weird all the time here.
Totally.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Totally deserve it. Oh, you're very welcome. And yeah, for some folks who are wondering, this is Professor X right here. He's a little pissed. I did drug him and drove him 1,000 miles to get down here. So he's claiming all my furniture here and all of that. And Roger H, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker, of course, which is always a thumbs up. And you know what? I'll run this anyway.
Thumbs up.
I miss Skip from the Villages.
Does it feel weird being back on a Friday now?
It does.
That's good. I know we got someone that I think we met him on a celebration stream, and we wanted to both get him, so we got him. He's also one of the guy I think that actually drew the face picture in the intro of myself. He's actually quite talented.
Yeah, he's extremely talented. So I was just blown away when during Mandy's celebration, everyone who was in Mandy's celebration stream, he was like, drawing, their pictures. So when I saw mine, I was like, oh my God, I'm like blown away. It just looks awesome. And I remember just dropping into Mandy's streams, and he is just absolutely hilarious. I just love talking to him. So folks, let me introduce to you and reintroduce to some others, Peter Gilmore of Peter Gilmore Art. How are you doing?
How are you? Good afternoon.
That's interesting background.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hold your hands up. Yeah, there. Yeah, thank. That's a little too much booty for that. Enhance.
Enhance.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. No.
You know what YouTube can be like.
Yes,
yeah, they're like
fucking vampires instead.
Oh my gosh, I'm loving the Jack the Ripper art. I started watching, not watching, but it was accompanying me driving from Philly to Florida. Was watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh,
Season 1.
Same face.
I'd never seen it before, and Xavier from Grady Point 5 made me and Mandy and a few others watch it for the first time.
Yeah.
Still don't know what I saw. I've not got a clue. No idea.
It's the monologues, right? Because you hear the monologues. He's going. It's like watching Sherlock Holmes, but with the Barry Bonds steroid diet, trying to introduce problems.
Yeah, and just random crap.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just like, I don't know what it is, but okay. And I just kind of let it play. And I'm like, this is crazy stuff. And where did Jack the Ripper come from and all that?
Yeah, just the really bizarre, over-the-top reactions to stuff as well. Just like, for no reason. Someone will say something innocuous, and then they'll, the other person will be like, what the fuck just happened?
I almost want to ask, what pharmaceuticals were these people on when they came up with this?
Yeah. Still don't know what to make of that. I don't know.
There's your next comic, actually. It could be like my thoughts on JoJo, and the whole page can be like your facial expressions with I don't know.
Well, that's going to be a cool one for the Girls anime stream, because we're doing Cowboy Bebop now, so that'll probably be
excellent.
That'll probably be the next one, maybe Food Wars will be after that, and then maybe
still my favorite, Cowboy Bebop. Love it.
I love Cowboy Bebop.
Just so cool.
I freaking love it. I'm not too with Netflix doing the live action. I'm a little. Well, wait to see it.
We know what's going to happen. You saw what they did with Death Note. So.
Or that last season of Berserk, where they decided to add the cell animation, and it just threw out the whole kind of feeling of the actual show.
Oh my goodness. Well, folks, let's see. We're going to say hi to the folks in the chat here before we start talking some more to Peter here. Snortapoopus Q Burrs with us. Thank you for being a channel member. Says hello, humans and other critters. Well, hello to you. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here with us. And of course, we have got Sakurat 315. Wonderful, wonderful. Glad you're here. And Wyatt Holiday is here. What's the happening, everyone? Hope you're all geared up for a great weekend. I know I'm definitely geared up for a great weekend because tonight I'm gonna drop into Universal Studios and see what they've got coming up for Halloween Horror Night. So I'm gonna drop in and see what's going on. Plus, I'm also on a shopping mission for Mandy. So see what
I get those as well. I get Mandy shopping missions. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. It's like, okay, I need this, Pete. I need it now. It's like, we'll have to wait like 2 weeks because of the post. But,
I put myself actually in that position because I said, "Oh, Mandy, look, I saw a picture of this. You might want this." She's like, "I gotta have it." I'm like, "Okay, all right. I gotta go back and pick it up."
Yeah.
Hey, Culture, thank you so much for being a channel member. Culture Casino says should be a great show. Culture show is, I believe, at 2 p.m. Eastern for the Friday flight show. So definitely check it out. Also, Culture and I are going to be doing a Florida theme park planning live stream. It's going to actually be a series. So we're starting tomorrow at 6 p.m. Some cheat codes, so to speak, for those of you who are thinking about planning a trip to any of the Florida theme parks.
I do have something quickly. Culture, I think you meant Captain Marvel in your 6 minute today. I think you meant Captain Marvel. You'll know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
He ruined his stream again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might wind up going to see Black Widow, but that's a long story. Hey, Kashyyyk Queen says, good morning. Good morning, my dear. So glad to see you as always. And who else do we have hanging out in here? There is Valiant Renegade says, great timing. Just finished a video release with Mandy. Oh, did you?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, cool! I have to go back and I'm so behind. I have to go back and check that.
I think me and Mandy are going on his channel soon as well to talk about the Jack the Ripper book. So that'll be coming up as well.
Ooh,
I can't wait.
I gotta check that out.
Are you going to be making like the pages even behind you? Or are we going to get like, are you doing posters of pages from the books as well? Because that page you have behind you would make a wicked poster. Even just the line work itself is great.
Do you know what? That's not a bad idea. I don't think anyone's ever done that. I mean, someone can buy the original.
Yeah,
someone can buy the original page if they want.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
You know,
I love
real
that.
art. Real art.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
You guys should also see if you can reach out to Display and see if you can get them on metallic. You know, the Display is right there, the metallic.
Oh yeah.
And they magnetically slap on the walls, and you would probably have a blast with that too.
Nice. That's a good idea. But yeah, no, that posters. Posters is a good idea. Like
Definitely.
Large format. That's a good idea.
Hey, GoGo13 says, hey, yo, working and lurking. Great to see you both today. Yes, I'm glad to be hanging out again with Fat Steven and actually at my desktop and not stuck on my phone.
I'm just proud that a woman says that it is not holding a restraining order. That no one may do some of the weird stuff. So a woman's actually pleasure to be beside me.
I'm just glad to be streaming while it's daylight.
Really?
Over here, yeah. Normally it's like 3 a.m. when I.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh yeah, because it's like I guess like 5:13 where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to get my GMT straight because every time I would go, because when the first trip that I made to the UK, I got zero sleep because I got on the plane and it's like, and as soon as I went to sleep, then it's like, oh yeah, we're descending into Heathrow Airport. I'm like, already? Get the frick out of here and get me sleep. And I'm like, just bleary-eyed, walking around, London, like, I need sleep. And I think I crashed for like 12 hours. Then the next trip I came over, I just didn't care. I just slept ahead of time so I could hit the ground running. Hey, Dadman Walking 55. Thank you for being a channel member, my fellow Floridian. I can say that now. Wait, what? Hey, lunchtime is back to normal. Yes, it is. It is indeed.
I'm glad I'm abnormal. Thanks a lot, Dadman. Your membership is always a pleasure here on the lunch table of Insculpt. Thank you.
Cool Sculpting Elite commercial. Welcome back. I love how Cavitano tells me all the commercials that run before the show. And hey, Lady Miss, I love the flowers. That's a Reina Creole. Hello to you. Oh, sorry, Keely Chow. I didn't mean to skip you. Says, hey, everybody. Good morning, and roll tide. And let's see, there's so many people, but I'm trying to hit as many as possible before we get started with Peter. There's Robert. Hello. Thank you for being a member. There's Punk Waddle says hello, panel and chat. Gaming or what? I have to say.
Yeah. Has to be like that now. You've got to do it.
Like what? That's like programmed in my brain. If on Toxic Feb somebody has a super chat like that, I'm like, okay, I hope it lands on Mandy because I can't do it as good as Mandy.
It's pretty much like, hey, love bug, like what?
Oh.
I'm sorry, am I giving you flashback?
Yeah.
We'll do the Jaws thing for Peter and be like, dun.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that planning stream. It's gonna be awesome. There's like, all the flashy, splashy tourist material, and then we're like, this is how it really goes down, Hey, Peyton, interesting avatar, too funny, love it. And there is Lady Tario. Good morning, everyone. And I think I am caught up on everybody. Pizza Vampire, so it's all good. I don't think so. I think you you can't be near light.
He's in daylight right now. Yeah, he's in daylight. Unless you're a reverse vampire, then we get that
daywalker.
Yeah, we get that.
Yeah, could be. I've I don't know what time of day it is anymore. To be honest. Yeah, I go to bed at like 8 a.m. and I think yesterday I went to bed at like midday.
Hey, they're supposed to pay me, not her.
Dadman Walking 55 for $1.99. Thank you so much for that super chat. I'm paying to stop Fat Steven impersonating Mandy.
Like what? Hello, love bug.
Oh God, I can't wait to hang out again with her on Toxic Femme. It's just I miss
We
it.
had her on the comic book roundtable this
Hey,
week. Too.
Kek.
It was a delight.
Okay. I've missed so many streams. I can't wait to get back into it. Hey, Larry, and thanks for being a member. Thank you so much. And we have 26 people in here watching. Thank you very much. This is the Lunch Table Show, and we have with us our special guest is Peter Gilmore of Stuntman Comics.
Yeah, that's me.
So glad to have you here. So we start with our usual 2 batteries of questions. The first one is what are your memories of lunchtime at school?
Oh my God. Horrible food, vile food. Yeah, we used to get really disgusting things like mashed potatoes with sausages and beans and no, it was always bland, really bland food. Apart from they used to make this cooked peppermint brownie with peppermint sauce. That was always awesome. But you'd get that like once every 6 months because I think it actually cost money to make. Aside from that, running around with your coat just fastened just there, all the rest of it open like as a cape, so you could be Batman. That was another one. And trading Star Wars cards, Star Wars trading cards.
Oh, cool.
I'm
Tell
old.
us some
I'm
more
old.
about that.
What were you training them for?
Anything, because you wanted them all.
So it's pretty much edible stuff you were training it for.
Yeah, I do have a full set actually. I do have a full set of the original, like 77. Yeah.
Wow.
It was all back then. I mean, it was mostly about Star Wars, and I'm just trying to think. No, Star Wars. Yeah, we lived and breathed Star Wars back then. Pretty much. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, Star Wars and horror movies. Yeah, we always wanted to see, horror movies that you weren't supposed to. That was another one as well. So
which ones?
someone would bring in like a VHS tape into school and like, do the rounds of everyone until someone got caught by the parents and it got confiscated. But what stuff like I don't know, I Spit on Your Grave and Evil Dead and all the things that were banned over here, because they used to ban stuff over here. Anything vaguely bloody or gory or whatever, or something that might be a little bit too demonic because it's going to warp our minds. Yeah.
Really? The blood is literally corn syrup with red dye. All you do is tell teachers that's not blood, it's edible.
This is it, yeah. There was a movie called Evil Speak. And if you watch it now, it's so bad. But at the time, it was Ron Howard's brother. The guy who was a little kid in Gentle Ben. Remember Gentle Ben with the bear? No? TV show?
That one. No.
It's an old American show, really old. But anyway, he grew up he was in this horror movie, and there was a scene where they were killing girls in a sorority house, and this girl was taking a shower, and I can't even remember how it happened, but he unleashed a herd of pigs into the bathroom, and the pigs ate her in the bath, and it was all gory and horrible. And that's why it got banned over here. It was literally a bunch of pigs eating corn syrup and whatever. But, it's if you can get a hold of a copy of that and see how truly terrible it is. Yeah.
That's like terrible. I'm like, is it the level of Killer Clowns from Outer Space terrible?
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, that one I didn't expect to like, and was like, okay.
It's terrible on the level of just no redeeming features whatsoever. It's terrible script, terrible everything. But I was a kid, so it's like, there's blood and some boobs, so great. That's all I wanted.
Do you have a favorite horror film or series that you can always turn back on, that you can always rewatch over and over again, that has the same amount of blood and boobs from your saying?
It just hasn't got so many boobs in it, but my favorite horror movie ever is American Werewolf in London. That's a good one. It's got the horror, it's got the awesome makeup, it's got werewolves, which are like my favorite. And it's got all the comedy as well. It's so funny.
What did you?
Plus, a lot of the cast are like old they're like British comedians. You
Mhm.
might not know them over there, but yeah, there's like Rick Mail and a few others in the pub scene where they go in and there's a pentagram on the wall. All those guys in there they're all like mainstays of British comedy back in the day. So, which it was kind of funny seeing these people like in a horror film.
Mhm.
Yeah, and having to you can see the characters they play on the TV like trying to creep through, but they've obviously been told by their director just dial it back. We're not doing a slapstick comedy.
I just know that movie, just the transformation scene is classic.
That's still the best. Still the best. No one's done a better one.
It's never been recreated with that much
No,
authenticity.
and I don't think you could. Really, I mean, you could copy it, but and I don't know if they're still doing it. I think they are doing a remake.
Really?
Yeah, the remake has been done by John Landis's son Max. So a little bit of hope for it, but
yeah.
But do you need to remake it?
Oh, maybe we
That's
need
the that's the thing. That's the question. It's like, does it really need to be, remade again? Is there any?
No, I mean the special effects and the makeup and stuff look amazing now. So why would you? Because they'll try and use CGI.
Oh yeah, and some things just do not translate well.
I mean, they even with the sequel, they completely screwed it up because they used CGI in that. American Werewolf in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, John Landis wrote the script for the first one and the second one, and they took his script from the second one, looked at it, and went, "Nah, we'll just do our own thing," and it was awful. The original script was amazing. It's one of my big aims. One of the things I want to do is to get that original script and do a graphic novel of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really wanted. Always wanted to do that. I'm just tracking down who owns the rights to it.
I think the only sorry, Fastine, I'm going to interrupt you. I think the only thing that I've seen that's come close to that transformation scene of American Werewolf from London is in the movie Van Helsing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll go with that. Yeah, I like Van Helsing, actually. A lot of people kind of put it down. I don't know why.
That was a fun movie. I don't know.
Yeah. Great movie. There's also a TV series, UK TV series. They did an American version as well called Being Human. It's about a vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost that share a house. Sounds like a comedy, but there's funny bits, but it's not a comedy. The British version, the werewolf transformations are amazing. I think it was made by the BBC actually. And then they did like the American version. It kind of missed the point. It lost a lot of the humor and a lot of the. I don't know.
What
do
you think
the
transformations? My apologies on the underworld lichens they used.
CGI, isn't it?
A little bit. Everything's CGI now. That's the problem.
The lichens in Underworld kind of look more like tigery, like big cats to me than wolves. It was a weird look for them. But yeah, I mean, I watched the first couple of Underworlds, but I think did they make 3 or 4? I think the last one I didn't see anyway. So I should watch it.
Well, let me get to this next question because Cavatanier Che put this up here. This should be interesting. So if you had pizza in school at all, was it triangle or was it square?
It's been nice knowing you.
Man, even in the UK, they get the square pizza.
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, maybe. Well, I know why. I was a chef for like 23 years. I know why. I know why it was square. It's easier to do in the oven. It's just laziness. That's the only reason. More oven space gets used.
Yeah, I believe it.
Literally, that is the only reason.
Lunch lady's like, you know what? Forget it. We're just making square pizza. Whatever.
Yeah, it's not right though. You can't eat it properly.
Is that the real thing?
Just end up with pizza, sauce all on the side of your face. Yeah, that's the reason. It's just economics and laziness.
I thought, Peter, I really thought it was like our previous guest saw messaging you, just going to say square pizza. Screw that bastard. Just get the square pizza. Just tell me.
No, it was always square. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look who is in the. Oh God,
Oh, look.
Tim talks.
No,
No.
no, Tim. No. Hi,
No.
Mandy. No, Tim.
Hey, Mandy. She says,
My
"Hey, I
God.
know that guy."
Hey,
Yes.
love bug. Like what? Sorry.
I miss you, girl. I'm going shopping for you tonight. I'm going Spider Gwen shopping for you tonight, my dear. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Stop feeding the habit. Stop feeding
I
her. Stop
can't.
enabling her. Stop enabling her.
It's just
No
like
means no.
I don't know. It's just like as soon as I saw it, it was like she connected to my brain or something, and I just had to just let it go. You know, like yeah, I gotta go check it out.
There's only
Oh,
one place
good.
pineapple belongs, and if you ever seen Little Nicky, you get the reference I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere into it. That's
Do you
where
know
pineapple belongs.
Do you know what's worse than pineapple on pizza? When whoever's preparing the pizza, when they've used pineapple before, they maybe haven't washed their hands or something, and you get just a hint of pineapple flavor on your pizza from whatever. That is
or the
because you don't even
the slivers.
Yeah, because you don't even know it's there, and then it's just like, whoa, pineapple! Oh my God, yeah, that's
anchovies for life.
That is crazy. The Ginger Ninja says, "I love that art in the background there. Beautiful black and white with a dash of grayscale. Powerful. It is really gorgeous. It is really gorgeous.
This is. I usually do. I'll usually draw in whatever style suits the book that I'm doing. Because at the moment I've literally just finished drawing all of the War the Wizard books. So that was like 120 pages worth or something. But yeah, finally finished those, and that's like cartoony style. So obviously this style would not suit War the Wizard. And I've always wanted to do a book like this kind of style, because that's my jam. That's me. So finally, yay!
Do you think it's because of your love of horror movies?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's the only way. Is it the only? Yeah, it's the only way to get horror across properly in comics. It's got to be black and white, lots of shadows and light, and you know.
Will there ever be a crossover where Jack the Ripper teams up with Wart the Wizard to fight vampire teddy bears or something like that?
There will be now. There you go, Mandy. We're doing it.
I get a cut of that, about 10%, you know, just for the ideas I've come up with today. I got to pay for my insulin habit.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
Oh man, yeah, I love that because like I look at this and I'm probably going to be talking about Halloween Horror Nights at Universal for quite a while. Because just the art that they come up with it, like I see yours and that's exactly what I think about, because the art is such a big part of that whole event. And I agree, as a consumer, there's something about black and white, and I think it's because you have to use more of your imagination to figure out what the color would be. Just putting it in black and white, sinister.
I mean, originally it was black and white. It was going to be black and white with like bits of red in there as well for the blood and stuff. But I think, I don't really want to do that. I've changed my mind. I changed my mind on that one. Well, it meant I got kind of lazy. So when it was getting to draw the blood and stuff, I'd just leave it and then do it with like red afterwards. It's like, yeah, stop being lazy. Draw it properly.
Well, another question I want to ask you, Peter, what got you into art? Was it what got you into it, and are you formally trained or self-taught?
I always, since a young child, been, as soon as I could pick up a pencil, I used to. I mean, when I first started off when I was a kid, I used to draw animals, wildlife all the time. Yeah, that was my jam when I was a kid, like drawing like eagles and foxes and wolves and all kinds of stuff like that. And then I got obsessed with dinosaurs for a while. Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of how it started off. When I was 7, actually, it was the anniversary of the Queen's coronation. There was a competition on TV, like to draw a portrait of the Queen, and I actually got, I think, 3rd place. Is it 3rd place? Yeah. So wow. 7 years old. There's my art on TV, national TV. Yay! I'm famous. And then I went to art college and did all that stuff. They hated me. I hated them. They wanted me to do fine art, paintings and stuff, and I wanted to draw, superheroes and monsters.
You wanted your imagination to bloom rather than the set school lines of what they're trying to tell you should draw. You want to make yourself more with the pencil.
I mean, there was one particular lecture we went into, and the lecturer told us, tomorrow bring in like a picture of like a painting that you think is awesome, or a piece of artwork you think is awesome. And I took in Watchmen, the comic. Was it Watchmen? Ooh, yeah. He went nuts. He was so pissed off. He was like, "That's not art." Blah, rah, 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 rah.
But it is art.
Yeah. So from that day on, we were like arch enemies.
But
he would never give me a good mark ever again. That was it.
May I ask a quick question, if you don't mind? Do you think the definition of fine art or art in general is like what the saying goes, the eye of the beholder, or is it now more or less the holder of the pen? Because you make your own art, and once it's brought to life and the picture is done, it is then an art form, whether it's considered by someone else as not. So is art still art, even if a teacher says it's not?
Art is art, so long as it's not on Tumblr.
Or Tinder.
Definitely Tumblr.
Yeah.
Tumblr is the devil. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I try not to criticize anyone else's art. The only time I will is if it's like turns up in Marvel Comics or something like that, or something. Yeah, something like Marvel. If it turns up in Marvel Comics and it's bad art, I'll quite happily call it out as being crap. There was one not long ago. I don't know if you saw that issue of Ninjak that was brought out, where the art inside looked like it was drawn by a 10-year-old. No, that's offensive to 10-year-olds.
Yeah, okay.
10-year-olds are better than that. It was awful. I mean, it had an awesome cover, amazing cover. The ninja dude, and all doing shit, and then you opened up inside, and it was just like, it looked like an old Game Boy game or something weird. It looked absolutely terrible. It was all like orange. I don't understand. But of course, all the social justice people all defended it as saying, "Oh yeah, this guy's honed his skills and this is an amazing style." It's like, no, because I looked at the guy's art from like a year or so before, and it was like really good, and then he's just drawn like shit for some reason. Because that's what gets you work, I suppose, now in mainstream comics. I'm thinking. It goes back to all the stuff like Thundercats, like the remake of Thundercats with the
don't get me started on that.
Just all that stuff.
That abomination.
It's all a plague. It's a plague on art and pop culture in general. That stuff.
And what do you think of this, Jack? Sorry, I'm calling you Jack the Ripper all of a sudden because I keep looking at your Jack picture. But I shared this with. Do you think this? This is our
what
new
the
comic.
Heck is that?
We introduced Mandy to like This Week in Comics where we go over like the new cover. That is She-Hulk, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
that is. I'm sorry, that is not the She-Hulk.
It is.
That I would pass up on the spinner rack, not because it didn't look good, but because I just didn't have the money for it. Because I wanted to buy X-Men instead.
And look what they did. Look what they did to Blade.
That is not.
Whoa. Blade's got a potato head.
Somebody needs to be dragged out, drawn and quartered, and lit on fire at midnight for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's your This Week in Comics.
That She-Hulk, I looked at that and I'm thinking, initial thought was, why's Hulk got a weird haircut? And then no, it's not. It's not Hulk.
I thought it was. Yeah, it looks like Hulk. It does. The She-Hulk that I'm used to seeing. She was very curvy, even though she was still muscular. She was very curvy. She still had really big boobs.
Yeah,
you could tell it was a woman. You know
how you can tell that She-Hulk though. She's still got her nails painted. I did notice that. She got the nail polish on.
Oh, that's too hard to look at for me.
And this is Immortal Hulk. This is one of the variants.
I mean, look, it's competent, but that's not cover material. Sorry, I don't care who drew it. I'm trying to look at the signature now. Don't know who drew that, but that's not a cover. That's not a cover.
Like,
I
they're
look
not
at that
trying.
and I think of like all the 80s cover comic covers that I have, like art that was just so detailed and
Yeah.
gorgeous. And this is just like, whatever. We're just going to throw it up there and not care.
I don't mind that so much. That's like old school Hulk when he had that haircut.
Yeah, that
That's-
I can roll with that.
But it's a no.
Oh, hell no.
I'm lost for words. I'm just like, don't want to be offensive to the artist, but
No, there's some people who I know who they're independent artists and they're like, not that crap on Tumblr. And they're on Tumblr just basically to make connections, but they'll pretty much tell you it's just like, no.
Did you see that Mikey Spock from Discovery is now Green Lantern?
She's a strong woman. Shut up.
Whammon. Oh god.
Your hair's so beautiful.
She also has no boobs.
Yeah, no, you can't have boobs anymore.
No, she has boobs. You have to use the ring though to show them because
I did notice on that one in the background they got the new Green Lantern character, which was because before to be a Green Lantern, the ring chose you because you'd got the right qualities.
Mm-hmm.
But the new character, it was just handed down to her by a grandmother because that's how it works now.
Ginger Ninja's comment is perfect. That's the Del Monte Green Giant, not the Hulk.
Where did he say that? Because that's dead on. That is dead freaking on.
But Peter, you are like as great artist. Like when we got to meet you on Mandy's celebration stream, like you were drawing that whole portrait and things and stuff. And I was so happy you put me right beside the butt, and I had the creepiest look ever. And it's now on the Master Grip card. It fits so perfectly. And I can't thank you enough. You let me use it.
That was so. Mandy said to me, "Oh, do you want to do this on the stream?" So nerve wracking. So drawing people who were sat there talking, and you're drawing them, and it's like, oh God. Cringe. It's I mean I can do it, but oh Lord.
It turned out awesome. I mean, everyone who was in it was just like, oh my God, did you see what Peter came up with? Because I think when I left the stream, you hadn't drawn me yet. So I went back and saw it with everybody in it, and it's just perfect. Not only how you have everyone's likeness, but how you copied or captured the essence of how fun that stream was and everyone who was on it.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. As is an idiot. I love him. But he's an idiot. But he's cool. Then again, I'm an idiot as well. It must be a British thing, being an idiot. I think we're natural born idiots.
Idiots in our own way, but we're good idiots. There's definitely a difference. You can still be an idiot and still be intelligent.
This is true.
Yeah, because I will say some of the funniest comedy that I have ever seen have been Britcoms. Like my favorite Britcom is like Don't Judge Me is absolutely fabulous.
My God.
I love Little Britain. I'm sorry.
I have friends where we were just like, have you seen it? I bought the DVD box set. That was like, I mean, I'd seen a couple of them. Like I'd seen, oh my gosh, what was it? Mrs. Brown's Boys. I'd seen like the Victor Dibley. I'd seen a couple of Little Britain Faulty Towers. So I'd seen like bits and pieces of them that were hilarious, but absolutely fabulous. That's the one where I'm just like, where's the next episode? That's the one where I got BBC America specifically so I could watch that brick.
They were going to do a reunion show not long ago, but they said no because it wouldn't go over well in the current climate.
No,
I mean it'd be good, it'd be funny, but yeah, no, the BBC would never do that these days.
No, not the BBC of now. The BBC of back then, I would see stuff like, "Oh my God, I can't freaking believe they did it!" Like, for example, one episode that I absolutely love because Saffron, I think they got married. Her husband was Ugandan, So they had like a baby, and she let Adina take the baby out. And when she came back, she had the wrong baby.
Yeah.
And she was just like, she took off her sunglasses, was like, oh, okay, I guess I did get pick up the wrong baby from the playground. You couldn't do that now.
Yeah, no. Well, you couldn't do. I don't think you could do Patsy either. Patsy just couldn't be a thing. And she was back in the day. She was a huge sex symbol over here. Joanna Lumley. She was in the Avengers, as in not the Avengers as in the superheroes, the one with Steed with the bowler hat and all that.
Yeah,
that old show. Yeah, she was in that, and
she was in that with Diana Rigg. I didn't know that.
Oh no, this it was called the New Avengers. It was like done in the 70s.
Okay.
It was like the 70s, so there was a bit of boob, you know.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even know about that one until they were talking about it on an episode of Married with Children, and Al Bundy was trying to get the Avengers box set because something went wrong, and they offered that one in exchange. I'm like, the Avengers? You mean like the cartoons? Or like, no. There was another show called The Avengers. I looked it up. I was like, Diana Rigg is in it. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And the one they made in the 70s, even more confusing, be called The Avengers, and it had a character called Gambit.
Oh my god!
So that confused people even more. It's like X-Men, Avengers. What's going on? No. Gambit was a cool dude with a 70s haircut and a leather jacket. And he was badass.
That is badass. I could like that. Hey, the Ginger Ninja, thank you for the 500 yen. I so appreciate that very much. Thank you for a wonderful show. Looking forward to Lorena on Friday Night Tights. Well, maybe one day I'll be on Friday Night Tights. It would definitely be an honor to be on that show. But thank you, Ginger Ninja. And yeah, you could not have an American version of Absolutely Fabulous now. No, not with some of the jokes in that. No, that's why friends of mine and we would watch that, because there was stuff like you couldn't do that on American TV, but for some reason the BBC got away with it.
The BBC used to be awesome. They used to make such really cool like comedy and even like the series of like documentaries and whatever, really good stuff. And now it's all just
it's
crap. As soon as they started taking the money out of stuff like that and then putting it into like reality shows and things like that, that's when the BBC went.
And that's horrible, because a lot of, especially like over here in the States, it was a big deal to get BBC like America. That was like to have that channel. We're just like, yeah, I got BBC America. I'm sitting down, I'm watching this, I'm watching this, because like for years I'd always been told like the BBC has the best documentaries and all that.
Used to,
used to, and we would like watch it. Now it's like I don't even freaking know what this channel is anymore.
You can't even watch the news on the BBC anymore because it's just so one-sided. It's like nope.
It's like reached the point now where the BBC's the only thing that's good on the BBC is the commercials, because at least you know when they end and you don't have to sit through a whole thing. So
that's the thing about the BBC over here. It's because it's funded. We have the TV license. You have to pay for a license. So it's funded by them. So there's no ads over here on the BBC. But I mean, I don't pay for a TV license. I cancelled it years ago.
That just like I don't really understand that you guys have to pay.
It's basically state TV, basically funded by the people. But it's been so like we've been saying, it's gone so downhill that a lot of people have just like no. Oh, you can still watch other stuff, but just not. You can't watch the BBC and you can't watch any of the channels that are broadcasting live. You can watch you can watch it on catch up. You can watch it later. You can watch Netflix and anything else and YouTube, and it's all fine. You just can't watch the BBC. You can't watch live shows. So that doesn't bother me because I watch YouTube and like Amazon and stuff. That's all I watch.
Well, the Ginger Ninja has a question for you. It's a serious question. I'm wanting to create my own comics as well, but am worried that my style is a little too loose. Do you ever sacrifice your style for the style that is popular?
I would never admit to that. The last book we did, Super Dead, that was me trying to draw in an American comic style, if you know what I mean. I think I did okay. I think I pulled it off, but that was a learning curve for me. So I've kind of taken bits of that and then bits of my old style. That's what we get with this. Do it in your own style. If you're going to do a comic, just do your own style. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about it. Really wouldn't worry about it. I mean, if you're talking like ComicsGate and things like that, we're independent comics. You're not working for Marvel. I mean, although you've seen the stuff that Marvel turn out. So just do your own thing. Don't worry about that at all. I wouldn't even be concerned for a moment. Just do it.
Can I ask a question added to that? So if you're giving up your style and yourself, is it technically your comic anymore if you're doing it for someone else's style just to get on the train of what everyone's looking at? Or do you think it's a sacrifice at the same time? You're not being true to yourself if you have to adapt?
I wouldn't say. I mean, it's not as though I didn't want to do it. I did want to do it.
Okay.
It's just adding another string to the bow. You know, it's giving you one more thing you can do, and one more style that I can incorporate into my kind of thing. I learned a lot. I learned a lot making Super Dead and learning, because before I'd use a lot of cross hatching, a lot of fine lines and stuff. Mm-hmm. And when that's printed, it can look a bit scratchy and scrappy and weird. So it's learning to, instead of do that, just like minimal lines, use as few lines as possible to get the same effect, which has helped me a lot. Yeah. It's taught me to be bolder with my line work and stuff. So, sorry, that's boring. I could ramble on about that for hours, and I won't do that to you.
I have a question though. After you're done taking a sip of your soda.
No, yeah, I was going to take a sip out of the bottle, and I thought, no.
Oh, I know. No, it's okay. You can do it here. We don't judge. I just drink out of the fridge. I just have a straw attached to something.
Dude, that's a good idea.
Not really. No. Have you ever tripped over a straw in the pale moonlight? It hurts. But the question is, if you were able to have any property, the ability to create your own comic, whether it be Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, anything, what is that one thing deep down that you would like to make like your silver lining into a book that you had full room to do?
Well, there's two.
Okay.
One would be the license to use the Universal monsters.
Yes.
You know, I would love to be able to use the likenesses. I mean, you could do it anyway and get away with it, but it'd be a bit.
Yeah.
And the other is Mars Attacks. I would love to do a Mars Attacks comic.
I would love to see Universal Monsters versus Mars Attacks and see how that.
Well, if you look at Dynamite Comics, they've done Mars Attacks versus everything by now. Mars Attacks versus Barbarella, Mars Attacks versus Red Sonja, you know, all kinds of, yeah. I mean, I've seen, the only thing with Dynamite's Mars Attacks is awesome covers, and you look at the art inside, it's like, okay, so the artist took a day off. It's like, dude, it's an awesome property. Just put some soul into it, for God's sake.
That's what I don't get when you have, you know, these properties like this, like say Mars Attacks, which I thought was just so freaking funny. It's like, why drop the ball like that when you have something like that?
I mean, I think
phone it in that way.
I think a lot of it comes down to time. They're under pressure to get things done, to get out a monthly book or whatever. And it is a lot of work. It takes a long time. Even Walter Wizard's taken like 6 months to draw. So we couldn't do it. You know, you couldn't do a monthly one of that. Well, you could, but it would lose something. And the Jack the Ripper thing, no way could that be done in a month. No,
not with that much detail and expression.
Yeah.
I mean, I know for me, it's like I work in project management for IT. So I'll have people just like, oh, we have this schedule, we have this schedule, we have this schedule. It's like, yeah, you have the schedule, but it's the schedule versus the quality of what it is. And I would tell people there's 3 things: fast, cheap, good. You get 2 of those.
Yeah. This is true. This is very true. Yeah, I think that's a lot of the problem these days with like Marvel and whatever. I think a lot of it is the cheapness. They want to go for the cheap and fast. So they're screwed, aren't they? Really.
I think we forgot one question in general. How did you and Mandy meet?
Well, actually, I didn't forget it. You beat
Sorry.
me to it, Matt
Oh,
Steven.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm stealing thunder.
I know, go right ahead.
I was
I'm
walking down
sorry.
the street one day and a van pulled up beside me, and then there was a cloth over my face and everything went
Was
dark.
it, okay, I gotta ask.
Wait,
was
was
it the
that Jack
critter,
Bezos?
wait. Was it the critter gang that kidnapped?
Damn straight, yeah.
Okay.
There was a possum, a raccoon, a pig.
Girls and a
Yeah,
cat.
that's exactly what happened.
Were the drivers the 3 Budweiser frogs by chance?
No, the raccoon was driving. Raccoon
Oh.
always drives. Yeah. And I just heard in the background, it's like, what? Every time I hear that now, it's like an icy chill. Oh, hi, Mandy.
Have it as a ringtone. So every time, just her personal ringtones, whenever she's messaging you, it goes, like, what? You're like, oh, no. Shopping list.
No. My phone is permanently on mute. It's on silent. That's no joke. It really is. It really is. There's nothing worse than drawing. When you're drawing and then like a notification goes off and you just skip a little bit. It's crap. You get the white out. So I learned the lesson on that one. Yeah, phone's always on silent. And anyone knocking on my door gets a scowly face answering the door. It's like, what?
Why am I picturing the Critter Crew, but Resident Reservoir Dogs, and he's trapped in the chair, and Mandy's just there?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. She does wear a necklace of people's ears.
Oh, I'm out.
But if you want the real answer,
right.
Yes.
if you want the real answer, Twitter. She was doing Walk the Wizard, the first one, and I can't remember, somebody had done a cover for her or some artwork for her, and I just hopped into the thread, and in a untypical moment, I'd like said, "Oh, I'll do you. I might as well do you one as well then." Randomly said, "Yeah, I'll do a cover for you as well," and that was it. That was it. She got hooks into me and wouldn't let go. But that was it. I did the cover for Walk the Wizard. That's how we met, and we've stuck together since. I found out she was a good writer. That helps. She's a really, really good writer. I mean, Walk the Wizard was hilarious, but while we were doing Super Dead, she started writing that. Before we started doing it, we were talking about it, and it was originally going to be like a comedy book for kids with a stupid zombie.
Right.
And then she wrote this little paragraph about, I don't know, spoilers, but there's a bit with a child in the book. This child visits our anti-hero, Devour. She brings him a flower every night, just to remind him that people are still thinking of him, And when he snaps, she gets it in the neck. And Mandy wrote this little paragraph just with that scene and sent me that, and I'm like, yes, you can write, damn girl. Yes, we need to make this book. I've heard people have read the book and and as that bit's coming up, they're like, no, she's not going to, not the child. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, no one's safe with Mandy's writing. I've heard the next Walk the Wizard, he gets butchered by cannibals, so. Not true. No, not true. Not true. Not true.
What is that shirt over there on the Avalon? What is that?
Which one?
The one
on
under
the
the
right.
Avalon symbol. Yes.
That's one of the Mandy shirts. That's Mandy in a little hat, sitting on a cloud, saying like, "What?"
Oh, you know I'm gonna blow this up, right?
Oh yes. That's a nice shirt.
I pretty much do all the Mandy's art now.
Can you draw me on a cloud in the same outfit, please? Holding a bucket of Crisco?
Consider it done.
Thank you.
The thing is, people say stuff like that to me, and then like tomorrow I'll be sending you a picture. Guaranteed.
Oh.
Guaranteed.
I'd love to see what you'd make up for me.
Well, that's it. This is it. This is all
We'll
going
have
to
to
happen.
talk.
Now.
Challenge
It'll be
accepted.
Florida
Yeah,
related.
yeah.
It'll be Florida related. It's funny. I was thinking about Mandy this past weekend, of course, because I just moved, just moved to Florida. So I go to take the trash out like about 2 nights ago, and we have these small lizards that run around, no big deal or whatever.
Mhm.
There's this huge lizard on the wall, and it doesn't freak me out. The first thing I do is, oh, I'm going to name it Sly. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm as bad as Mandy.
You've turned into Mandy. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I remember when I had first interviewed her, I was just like, oh, you do comics. I was like, do you do art in the comics? She's like, well, I'm not the artist. And I'm like, well, then who the heck is the artist? Because I love the art. And that's, when your name came up.
She drew the first one herself. She did everything on the first one herself because she wanted to. She wanted to prove that she could do everything. And like she said, the only way to learn how to make comics is to learn every part of the process. Otherwise, I mean, this is where I get everyone unfollowing me on Twitter and people shouting at me. You get people who just do the pencils pages, and that's all they do. And someone comes along and inks it, and then someone else will come along and color it, and then someone else will come and do the letters. And it's like that's a throwback to like Marvel Comics and DC when they're putting out a book every week. Mm-hmm. So you needed all those people to do the job. That's like there's no excuse anymore, and this is me pointing at everyone working in comics. All the artists, there's no excuse. You need to be penciling, inking, color. Do it all yourself. Make it your own. Stop being lazy.
Thank you.
That was my public service announcement that now gets me hated by everyone. But I just don't understand. I don't understand how if I drew something and then someone else was going to finish it off, it's like, no. It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be mine then. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's going to get me hate.
I don't think
definitely not from me, because I know one of the things that I don't like to waste money on, crap art, because I tell people I am not an artsy person, but if it's something that you can tell there's a lot of quality that went into it, I'll be the first one to put down money for it, but I'm not going to put down money for crap art. So for people who can hone that process, to me, it would make sense, because if you understand how the process goes and how you can do each step of the process, then you have more of appreciation and I would say more pride in your art and the show product that you put out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And also if I'm doing everything myself, when I'm drawing it, when I'm just doing the inks, I already got in my head what the colors are going to be, so I can draw it with that in mind. So I'm not drawing too much, not drawing too little. 2-3 months. What?
Look at how red his face just turned.
Like, huh?
He's like, I am now becoming a nun. I am becoming a nun as of this show's end.
It's gonna. I tell you what, the Jack the Ripper book's gonna take me a year to draw.
It's gonna be worth it.
No, it won't. It won't take that long. But.
That's something I'm so looking forward to see, because I'm one of those people where, well, before I became an engineer, I wanted to be a homicide detective. My mom freaked out. She's like, you're going to cop, you're going to get shot, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine. But the criminal mind fascinates me. And Jack the Ripper was the first serial killer. I'm like, from where? Way back when? And that whole lore and that whole case just like fascinates me. That's
been one of the things doing the book. I've had to I knew quite a bit of stuff already, but I've got to go really deep into researching just for the artwork, getting everything right for the artwork. Even down to, the other day I was researching what bits of the internal parts of the human body look like and things like that, just to get it all right. It was pretty gruesome. And also looking at some of the photos of Jack the Ripper's victims. I mean, they're old photos, so they're grainy and messed up. But when you're studying them and you look at them, it's like, oh my God, that's hideous. That's he was a sick individual. Yeah. No, I'm not going to describe it. But yeah, later people watching this, go Google it and check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out because I'm just like
you don't. Yeah, it's not. There wasn't many photos. There's a lot back then. It was like sketches and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a few photos. There's a handful of photographs, and they're just, oh my word, he literally butchered these women.
Because I think at that time, photography was pretty much in its infancy, if I remember.
Yeah. And I've gone into like researching even things like the way the book came about was there was like over here there was a thing in the 60s, 70s, 80s called the Highgate Vampire, Highgate Cemetery in London. Apparently there was a vampire there in the 60s, 70s, right up until towards the end of the 80s. It was big news. It was in newspapers. It was on the TV. There was like hordes of people going and trying to find the vampire, hunt him down, kill him. While I was researching that, I was kind of looking into Highgate Cemetery. And the first person to be buried there in 1839 was a woman called Elizabeth Jackson. And then later on, like 50 years later, she turns up as being one of the potential Ripper victims. So I'm like, I put two and two together. And it's like, oh, well, she clearly rose from the grave and she was a vampire. Which led me to Jack the Ripper, the Vampire Hunter. And that's how that one was born. But yeah, research is insane. It's fascinating. It's deeply fascinating.
I am excited about this.
That's not to say the story is like historically accurate, because it's vampires, obviously. We have taken some liberties. Possibly.
You can always make a sequel called Elizabeth the Human Hunter. You're just taking out all the humans.
Could do.
Yeah.
Could do. Someone asked about sequels. It's like, let's finish the first one. But
sorry.
No. We've been thinking about sequels and stuff as well already. You have to think of these things. When you're making a book, it's got to be a book that stands on its own.
Right.
But also potential for more. You don't have to, but it's good. If something's popular, then do more.
Absolutely. So your projected release date for this is?
We are going to be launching. Mandy's got to finish fulfilling the Pirate Queen book. As soon as those start turning up in people's hands,
okay,
then we'll go with this. So it shouldn't be too long. It should be weeks.
Okay.
Shouldn't be long. Gives me time to get a bit more ahead on doing the art and stuff as well.
Okay, cool. Well, folks, we will have actually the link to Peter's Stuntman Comics page, also a pre-launch page for Jack the Ripper. So all that will be down in the description. So you guys can please go check it out. And of course, all the other comics that are there, Ward the Wizard, the second one. I love the art on the Portal of Echoes. I really do. It's so
wait till you see the book. The book itself, the artwork is. I know it's all ages, but that doesn't mean it's got to be childish.
Exactly.
There's some badass dragons in it.
See, I freaking love dragons.
Love
dragons.
Oh, and anyone if you do go to the Jack the Ripper sign up page, and you sign up for the mailing list, and then you back the book later, you get a print of that.
Nice.
It's on.
Oh my
and you can find it. Just follow me on Twitter. It's on there. You'll see the high res one of it.
I love this. Oh my gosh, that looks gorgeous.
Can we follow in real life?
Can you? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah,
cool. I just usually walk around with a bush around me, and I pretend to be shrubbery. So
you're assuming I get to leave the house.
Yes,
Assuming you all
Larry,
know the
Larry.
show.
I was actually going to bring this point up that yes, we had photos of the Civil War in the
Yeah.
1860s, and that's something that made the Civil War more real to people because for the first time they could see in newspapers not just sketches but actual photos, and even still going back and seeing those photos. Yeah, it's
I mean, even like during that period, there was a thing called, it was like the Police News or something, the Illustrated Police News, and they put that out every week, but it was all illustrations.
mm-hmm.
Crazy. Don't know why they didn't use photos. But they were fun. If you get, another thing to Google Jack the Ripper Police News, and look at those. They're fantastic, like old illustrations and stuff, and really detailed artwork actually.
Cool.
A little bit too detailed in places. But
well, folks, as always, time just flies so fast on the show. And Peter, thank you so much for joining
no problem.
us. We definitely love that. We need to have you and Mandy on the same show.
That needs that, yeah.
We definitely need to make that happen. So, folks, please do follow Peter on Twitter. And I'll have the links in the description box pretty soon after this live stream wraps. So please do check that out. And let's see. You can tell I've been going for a while.
Who is this? Where am I? What's going on?
I've been going for a while. Oh, thank you, Mandy. It's a great show, Lorraine and Fat Steven. I love your new office setup. Oh, thank you. Even comes with the live cat here.
It's still ignoring you.
He's just claimed everything. Like I said, he's pissed that I drugged him up and drove him 1,000 miles to a land full of palm trees and lizards and flying squirrels.
Dinosaurs and monsters. Yeah.
Oh gosh, thank you. Hey, theme park casual. So yes, folks. Thank you guys so much for joining us again. Peter, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Lovely, appreciate it. And folks, please do make sure to like this video, share it out. And if you're watching the replay, thanks so much for watching. And again, please do hit that like button. So with that said, folks, 2 o'clock Eastern, please do check out Culture's Plea Fright Show at 2. Then I believe at 3:30 or so, Nina Infinity has her good news show. And then, of course, at 5:30 or whenever Gary decides he's going to hit the button, Friday Night Tights. And I don't know when. I guess Ords is having a show over on Odyssey.
I don't know. It's doing some noise. Dude, now we got Pete dancing. We just scored a whole bunch more content. No, I had. I'll be quick. There's two things. I don't know where Ords I think is doing Mario Golf tonight on his YouTube channel or on Twitch. I don't know yet.
Okay.
Pop Culture Minefield's doing something today. They might mention what's happened recently. It's been kind of devastating to Gary a couple of days ago. I'm not going to go further into it, but if you have the time, pay attention. Things are going to come out, and he's going to need a lot of help with what's going down. Okay. And after that, I will be going on before Ord, so drop by my channel to watch me yell at random people online. So that's about it.
Okay, folks, there you have it. Thanks so much, folks. Glad to be back here at the lunch table, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
The lunch table is back. Oh, yeah.